Hi there, today I want to talk about an omnibus that I've been really eagerly waiting. It got delayed a little bit, but eventually it came out. This is the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl omnibus. It collects all of the Ryan North Unbeatable Squirrel Girl run in about 1600 odd pages. I put the exact page count up below. And this is a series that I really love. Some people absolutely hate Squirrel Girl. They cannot stand her. They think she's a mockery of the Marvel universe. They just don't see any point in her. As I've said on previous videos for the Squirrel Girl books, which I've previously tried to collect in the digest format and the oversized hardcover format, which Marvel stopped doing, I like her because she is fun. It is escapism, it is a laugh, it has got a real sense of humour, it is better. All the little notes from Ryan North at the bottom of each page, sort of making swipes at people or little snide comments. I love all of that. I just think she is a fun character. And the fact that they went for 50 issues obviously proves there was a level of popularity somewhere for her. She's also never sexualised in any of these books. So if people want a character that is just from the base fun and sort of a non-sexy drawn character, Squirrel Girl's it. No need to try and sort of de-sexy Captain Marvel or anything like that, like they try and do. You've got it here. Anyway, I'm waffling. Let's have a look at the flips on this humongous book, and then we'll have a look at pricing and availability, because this is one of the most expensive Marvel omnibuses out there, so you want to make sure that you're getting value for money. There's not a better way for you to collect these stories if you're budget conscious. So, the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl omnibus follows the story of Doreen Green, a.k.a. Squirrel Girl, a superhero with the power of both a squirrel and a girl. She's strong, smart, and has got a positive attitude that's very infectious to all the people around her. The story in the omnibus is light-hearted and humorous, with a fun and playful tone all the way through, which is something I really enjoy about the book. One of the things that I really love about the omnibus is that whole not taking itself seriously, because sometimes comics are just to relax and have a laugh at. Not everything has to be about dead serious people having dead serious issues, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why you can get turned off from sort of the mainstream superheroes. Now, the villains in this are also quirky and offbeat, and the solutions to the problems are usually unique and unexpected. So when she deals with Galactus or Doctor Doom, it's not necessarily in the way you might think. There's loads of puns, jokes, pop culture references that all add to the fun atmosphere throughout the book as well. She's got a good relationship with Kraven the Hunter that makes me laugh, and she gets away with talking to sort of more nasty characters in a more casual manner. Although the story does start with her being thrown out of Avengers Mansion, though, for living in the loft. Anyway, trouble is, you shouldn't let the lightheartedness sort of fool you into thinking this is just a book about nothing, though. There's still meaningful messages throughout it and important themes tackled, such as social anxiety, identity, self-acceptance, all while keeping it still sort of upbeat and engaging. The characters in the omnibus are one of its greatest strengths, because they keep you reading. I mean, Doreen Green is a lovable and relatable protagonist, and her relationship with her friends and family always heartwarming and genuine. She's got her best mate, Nancy Whitehead, and she's a fantastic character in her own right, who's properly padded out, and she's got her own struggles and insecurities that make her relatable and endearing. You also get a full cast of chums, let's say, friends, but I won't go into them too much because you want to explore some of this yourself when you're reading it, obviously. But they have got some good superhero names. The villains in the omnibus are also a highlight because they're unique and memorable. A lot of them are animal themed villains, but they also have the mainstream ones that I've alluded to before, such as Doctor Doom and Galactus. The artwork in it, really good. It's colourful, playful and full of energy, which is great for this kind of story. The illustrations are light-hearted and really capture the humour. They're also conveying that sense of sort of action and emotion that you still need to have when you're reading one of these books. The use of colour is really impressive, as it's got bright and bold hues that make the characters and the pages really pop. And you can see that as I've been flicking through it. One of the standout aspects of the artwork is the way that it incorporates all the text and onomatopoeias into the story in a really creative manner. And you'll also see at the bottom of the pages there are little footnotes that really add to the humour, but you find yourself sort of wanting to get to the next page just to read what the footnotes are going to say about it. I think this is a great collection to put in your library if you are a Marvel collector and you want these sort of offbeat stories. Due to its size and the cost of producing it, I do wonder if this is one that would be reprinted, just because it may not prove that popular, but certainly worth grabbing if you are a Squirrel Girl fan. But the other thing worth mentioning is, if you enjoy this story, then there was a podcast series that follows on from the end of this, voiced by Milana Weintraub. I can't think of her name properly, but the girl who was going to play Squirrel Girl in the New Warriors series. And there's a great version of Magneto in it that just makes me laugh, and it's all written by Ryan North, who wrote this, and totally worth checking out. It's free to download, but it is silly, funny, and once you get into the running gags, it really is worth. Here's one of the cool diagrams in the back that you get a fight chart showing who would win and why you'd fight them. You also get the set of Deadpool cards that would make sense once you've read it, but they're little sort of collectible cards that Deadpool produces that Doreen references that tell you about the various characters in the Marvel universe, and they're little inside jokes in themselves. Otherwise, you've got this sort of weird thing at the back where they've got all this information on the various issues, which I've not seen before in a Marvel omnibus that I can recall. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's a nice little overview of what Ryan North was thinking when he's going through it, and it's just a good little extra. I think some really great extras in the back of that omnibus. Okay, so that was the book. Real fun, nice poppy art. It's always clear and clean throughout. There's a good sense of humour in the book. But price-wise, let's have a look at what it's going for now. I think your target price should be around the £72 to £75 mark, depending on where you can get it from. You can pay upwards of £86 to £90 for this book, and it feels like it weighs £90, but it depends on what cover you want. I went for the standard cover because I felt the price was already up there enough. You can go for the variant cover if you want, but I don't think there's any sort of standout art on the variant cover that made me want to buy it. And I like this one. Now, can you get this in other formats and save yourself a lot of money? Yes, you can. You can get the oversized hardcover formats. They produced 4 volumes of those up to now, and they collect a bulk of the material in this book. You won't get it all because they stopped doing it. I'll put up to what issue the final hardcover goes up to, but there's certainly enough to have a decent Squirrel Girl collection. Or you can get the digest formats, which again collect the same material essentially as in the oversized hardcovers, but they've produced I think 3 of those. Again, I'll put where they go up to at the bottom of the screen. The latter, the digest format, are incredibly good value and cheap to buy. They obviously are the smaller digest size, but for this kind of book and this kind of story and kind of artwork, it really works well, and I think they are a good way to collect the stories. They just seem to have slowed down on producing those now, whether that's for commercial reasons or in order to push buying this, or they just haven't been selling. I don't know, but you can get them really cheap, and if you want to dip your toe into this without getting towards £100 on a book out your pocket, then that's a really good way to get it. And I would say, even if you buy one digest just to see if you like the stories or not, and then you want to buy this, that's probably better value than going both feet in first with this book. But I love it. Look, if you got your own views on how best to get this book, or whether you were aware of this book and didn't know about it before, please give us a thumbs up. It does help, and thank you for watching. Oh, and remember, eat nuts and kick butts.